Why, hello and welcome everybody. It is Pohx again, and good morning to you guys as well, because I woke up exactly 19 seconds ago. So, today I kind of want to go ahead and make like a summary video of kind of what I've been doing in the league. It's not that I've been running out of content to make or anything, it's that I was always curious if people wanted me to make like a weekly update video if I'm spending an extended period of time in a Path of Exile league, because people always ask me general questions and sometimes it's hard to really answer them unless I make something like this, so I figured might as well, right? So first off, let's talk about the main character I have, which is my Blight character. So I've got a level 97 Blight character, which is actually my highest level character, and might actually be hitting level 80 today, or sorry, 98 on the stream. You can see the character right here. We're at 81%, and the only problem I have with this character, it's not that I'm even bored of it at all, it's because the hardcore league is kind of dead. It's very difficult for me to stock up on my supplies, like my sextants, because everyone's kind of overpricing everything because there's really not that many left. And since sextants are used for one of the challenges in this league, the price of them is just going to keep shooting up as the league kind of shoots down. Overall though, very happy with this character. Unfortunately, I won't be doing Shaper or really any bossing with this character, as Blight is just mechanically not very good for bossing. The way the slow kind of works, where first off, a lot of bosses the slow doesn't even matter. But the way the slow on Blight works, you can see the what is it? 80% reduced movement speed. There you go. The second part on it, the 80% reduced movement speed only works on your first hit. So like basically, if you apply Blight, the targets are all slowed, but they cannot get slowed again by Blight, I believe, unless they lose all of their stacks. So it's great for mapping, where you just go in, mobs are slowed for a couple seconds, and then they die. But on a boss that's going to take, 20 seconds, 40 seconds, 60 seconds, a couple minutes, it just doesn't really prove to be very effective at all. That's why things like Essence Drain is just far superior when it comes to bossing, at least from what I've found. In terms of gearing up the character, everything on this character is pretty much set unless I want to get like higher ES values. The only thing is I could realistically get like an Eye of Cheula with +1 curse and then get a Heretic's Veil, which I decided I wanted to make a lab farmer. I never really ended up committing to. So let's talk about the other characters now. So the lab farmer originally was going to be this character named Pohx Secret. It was going to be like a Viper Strike tank build that was going to get like 260% life. I found out, or at least came to the conclusion, that I was not going to be able to do enough damage. Wow, look at that ass. I didn't realize Ranger had kind of like a little, actually she's kind of flat. Oh, actually, no, she's got a little bump. But I came to the conclusion that I don't think the character is going to do enough damage, and I decided to scrap it. I don't actually even remember what I was doing with it. I think it was just the plan, or the idea was to get like a ton of frenzy charges and scale the damage over time along with the initial hit of Viper Strike with the build with a Delirium weapon. But I found out the Delirium weapon is not really too good for Viper Strike. But yeah, that's kind of like what I came to the conclusion of. Although it is pretty fun, because with this character, right, check this out, I can go into like Cruel Twilight Strand. You see this? And I can actually just walk around and just one-shot mobs. Like, you see this zombie right here? Get fucked, kid. Isn't that kind of cool? It's the full auto attack build. So this character was kind of fun. Unfortunately, I never really committed to it. Let's talk about the next character I kind of stopped playing, which would be the... Actually, where is he? Pohx. This guy right here. Alright, this is a level 80 character that I ended up making. He's got a 5-link Belly of the Beast along with a Chin Soul, and this was actually my Trapper. And the biggest issue I had with this character was just really his sustain and his survivability in hardcore. His damage is pretty good. His clear speed's honestly not that bad. I don't even remember how to play him. Do I just do this? Okay, yeah, all you do is this. You pretty much just throw traps and stuff. He's a Blast Rain, a Rain of Arrows Trapper. And his damage is actually pretty decent. Now, if you want to min-max the character as well, along with the playstyle of it, you would have to constantly drop like smoke mines to get the increased AoE, which you can see will apply here in a second. But yeah, the biggest issue I had is it just felt too clunky, you know, like having the 2 sets of traps is cool, but dropping the smoke mines for increased AoE and then, what is it? Having to rotate all my flasks as if I'm a CI character, but I'm not actually CI. I think that's been my biggest struggle this league, is trying to play life-based characters again. Because after playing a successful CI build for so long, life just feels kind of poopy. I don't know. That's kind of one of my main things. Oh, I just realized my health blasts are on like 1, 2, and, or sorry, 4 and 5. I was like, why is my guy not healing? So this is kind of another character I decided to scrap, but you know, he was kind of fun for a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Does he not even have an amulet on? Oh, that's right, normally he would have the Zoff amulet, but I removed the Zoff amulet. I think he'd have a Comb's Heart too, but I removed that as well. Alright, let's move on to the next character that we've got. I have, let's see, I scrapped Pohx Secret. This was our self-found silent challenge, which I decided to drop because people didn't really like it too much, and I kind of wasn't really enjoying it. Self-found is just really not enjoyable when you've accumulated this much currency and you just are preventing yourself from doing anything with it. So then I guess that moves me on to my next character, which was my lab character, which I also, I mean, I kind of stopped playing him. This is kind of like what he looks like. Now, this is currently a 100% conversion physical to fire blade fall. And I think it would actually be better if I went Nagamu's, and I actually have a 6-link Nagamu's, don't fucking ask me why. But I have a 6-link Nagamu's, which I think would be a lot better than blade fall, but I'd have to redo my gear and get wet everywhere. And the reason why this is 6-linked is because I could use this instead of my bow that I crafted. And I could still use a Comb's Heart, and we could push around 10k life with the build. And the reason why I wanted it for Uber Lab is 10k life on Uber Lab is really good. Nagamu's allows me to use Leap Slam, which gives me the ability to run Fortify. And then the totems are just a little bit better than Blade Fall in my opinion. But in terms of showing you how this character works, he's pretty solid as well. You can see he's sitting on 8.5k life. He also gets about 1k life regeneration per second. So my biggest issue with this build is I don't like dropping this stupid ass elemental overload because it pisses me off. But here's the actual blade fall. It's pretty solid, it's not bad at all. I think this guy gets like, I think maybe 1k life regen a second. Let me check. Oh no, that's with my Comb's Way. My Comb's Way puts me at 1k, so I'm at 768 right now. I was also thinking if you want to squeeze out more damage, you can drop... You can actually go ahead and drop Blood Magic, and you can run Hatred, Herald of Ash, and Pyre. And you'll get more damage out of your Taste of Hate then as well. Now again, this character is not really meant to do insane amounts of damage. It's just meant to be able to survive pretty much anything in Uber Lab. It is using a level 18 Blade Fall, so that obviously could be much higher. Let's go test it out against Mr. whatever his name is. Where's Vol? Alright, Vol's over here. Cool. Let's see, it's alright. It's nothing crazy, but it is pretty decent. Alright, then we have the current character that I'm going to be playing, which I just want to take it in the maps, maybe get it around to 80, and it's going to fit the exact same theme as the other character, which is basically it's going to use Zoff's Amulet with Comb's Heart, and the reason for that combination that I've been doing is it allows you to scale your maximum health so high. What this guy is going to use is a Kataba's Feast. And the purpose of this is, I crafted this myself. I got a really high roll, 296 out of 300. I'm going to use Infernal Blow, and Infernal Blow is going to get the level 25 melee splash, which should give it a really nice increased AoE. The 1% physical attack is not really going to help me. The leech is mana and life, because I am going to do, again, a 100% conversion Infernal Blow. The recover 5% of max life on kill might actually be pretty cool, because pretty much anytime I smack a pack of mobs, I'll instantly go to full life. Enemies you hit are destroyed on kill. Hopefully this interaction doesn't fuck up the way Infernal Blow works at all. It would kind of be a shame, but I don't think that's going to be the case at all. And overall, I think this is going to be a fun character, because it's going to be like screen explosion. Hopefully it's going to be like screen explosion. I can show you a little bit of kind of what it looks like right now, which it's not anywhere near screen explosion, although I don't think I'm going to get much AoE compared to what I have now, but you know, this is why it's all testing. So currently this is the One Punch Man. One Punch Man likes to essentially batter her up and give him a nice little uppercut punch. And he'll be swapping into Katevas. I'm just concerned I might not get enough AoE, because I am using Martial Artistry right now, which is a jewel that gives 15% AoE while unarmed. And then my Melee Splash is also 20% quality, which means it has an additional 10% AoE on it. But since Melee Splash gets a multiplier when it levels up, it should honestly be better. But we'll see when the time comes. That's why I decided not to go Slayer. And the purpose of Chieftain for this build is because as a Chieftain, you're going to get a chance to Ignite, which I think honestly will be pretty solid, because you're going to Ignite based off the maximum health of the target because of how Infernal Blow works. And then Hinakora's Death Fury gives me Fire Leech, Fire Pen, 20% of physical as extra fire. Ramako's Sunlight gives me infinite endurance charge, well, permanent uptime on endurance charges, which is sick for mapping. And then Tawahao's Forest Strength will essentially just give me some all res, a little bit of armor to help scale the granite, and then 10% increased strength. And the strength would be nice for maximum health and percentage physical scaling. Alternatively, I was thinking of going Arahanagui's Moon Presence, because I think that my damage is going to be fine. And instead of getting Tawaho's Forest Strength, I would get Moon Presence, so anytime I come up to a boss that I drop like an Ancestral Warchief Totem on, it takes, you know, greatly increased damage and deals less damage. I haven't really decided that. That'll be for Uber Lab, and I don't really need to decide that anytime soon. But hopefully we have this character up and running today on the stream so I can use my Katavas. It's only 12 levels away, so that's really not that far. And if you guys want to know my favorite leveling unique as well, it's going to have to be Wall of Brambles, because it allows me to have 5,000 armor sitting in town. And that's pretty fucking cool when you're leveling up, because nothing really does any damage to you. Anyway, I think that's all my characters for now. If you guys want to see my accumulated wealth, I can kind of show you what I've got going here. Most of my characters are geared out with some 5-links or 6-link gears as well. My mapping tab has been very, very promising to me. I'm stocked up on Shores. I unshaped my Ashen Woods, but I'm still stocked up on Ashen Woods. Pull out some promenades. How many do I have here? You can see here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 promenades sitting there, which are tier 14, along with some other promenades here. I've got some Maze of the Minotaur maps. I probably have like 10 just sitting around. I've got a bunch of courtyards, which are tier 15. And then over in the money tab here, we've got a fucking assload of strands, along with coves, which are also tier 14s. And yeah, then I just have like a bunch of random 6-link stuff sitting around. Where else do we have? No Cell? Oh no, here's the 5 links. There's my Realmander that took 400 fuse, my Zoph's Nurture. There's just a bunch of stuff overall, and I've been pretty happy with this league, to be honest. It's really kept me entertained. But anyway, that's pretty much going to be it for now. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. And I will catch you guys streaming live every day at twitch.tv/Pohx. Hope you guys had a wonderful time. If you guys have any questions or comments below, remember as well that for the builds, before this league is over, just type profile in my Twitch stream and you can see the characters all listed here. You've got Pohx, which is my Blight Occultist, Pohx Lab, which is that Bladefall dude I'm going to respect Nagamu's, Pohx Pozoff, which is the shit trapper, Pohx Secret, which is the shit Viper Strike guy, shit Flame Blast build, which is a shit character, and then YouTube or Yotobi Guide, which is going to be the character that we're leveling now for Infernal Blow. Anyway, like I said, I hope you guys had a wonderful time, and I'll see you boys all tomorrow. Take care, everyone.